This is the garden suite I've been dreaming of. 3 bedrooms with a primary upstairs with its own living space, an open kitchen on the main floor, and a full basement that would be perfect for a nanny suite. So first, the city allowed laneway homes, and that was great, but not many of us have laneways. So for the rest of us, we get garden suites. And today we're going to tour one that's newly completed by Milman Design Builds. Their contact details are in the video description below. So this specific one is 1,300 square feet above grade. If you include the finished basement, it's almost 2,000 square feet of finished living space. This just goes to show what's possible if you have the space and the means to build a garden suite. You buy one house and you turn it into 2. Okay, this is very nice. Very nice. I gotta say the natural lighting is spectacular. The finishes are on point and very current, and it feels much bigger than it really is. I know when I said it's 1,300 square feet, that might not impress a lot of you viewers, and that's a very normal reaction because a lot of us grew up in cookie cutter subdivision homes. And that's the benefit of working with a custom home builder. You can use software to plan for the orientation of the sun throughout the day and during different times of the year so that you can maximize the amount of sunlight that you get in here. You can 3D render different finishes to your liking, or you can focus in on a specific part of the home and design it perfectly to your taste. Quick interruption. I asked my Instagram followers to ask me anything about this garden suite, and Karen, the designer, was more than generous with her time to help answer those questions. So if at the end of the video you're interested in learning more about garden suites, look me up on Instagram. I'll have all those answers there. Thank you. Enjoy the tour. Oh, and like the video, please. That would really help me out a lot. Let's start right here on the main floor kitchen. There was a lot of thought that went into the design of this kitchen. For example, this gas range. Before we go any further, let me just explain that this garden suite is powered by a 100 amp power supply. And when I take you around later, you'll see that there are different prep stations and wet bars with a drop-in electric range. If you were to use all of them at the same time, there wouldn't be enough power supply for all 3. So having a gas range here ensures that you can run this range without interrupting the power supply to the house. Let's focus in on these outlets for a second. I always check the outlets around a kitchen renovation for a few reasons. One, this is GFI protected, and that's what you want to see when you're so close to the sink and the water. And number 2, you see these little notches here? That tells you that this is a 20 amp outlet. And a 20 amp outlet is what you want in a kitchen because you're running small appliances like your toaster oven or your espresso maker. These small appliances draw a lot of power. And that's why you have 20 amps instead of your typical 15 amps that you would see in a bedroom. So always be looking for this in a kitchen renovation. And it's done very well here. I think I mentioned before, you'll see later, this house is perfectly set up for a nanny suite or a guest suite. So it's really nice to have upstairs laundry for this occupant. Let me show you this washroom. And again, remember, each floor is about 650 square feet approximately. So with that space, they've done a fantastic job of not making this feel small. They've used a floating vanity here and this shower enclosure with rain shower head. And I just want to point out one thing. This floor, it's not a heated floor, but based on where the duct runs are, I can feel the heat on my feet, and it's brilliant. So let's wrap up the main floor by showing you the 2 bedrooms on this floor. The occupant here is not fully moved in yet, so don't mind the stuff, but this is the first bedroom. You can easily fit a queen bed and then some. And this is the second bedroom. It's already set up so you get a better sense of the space, but look how comfortable this is. Let me show you upstairs. So the first thing you notice when you get up here is just how high the ceilings are. Probably 10 feet, maybe 11. And this is the floor where the primary bedroom is. And you get your own living space, you get your own kitchen. Remember downstairs I said we had a gas range for a reason. It's because up here we have an electric drop-in. And if you're running all these appliances at the same time, you're going to exhaust the 100 amp supply that powers this garden suite. So all these appliance decisions, they're by design, they're very intentional. This really is a very luxurious floor for whoever gets the primary bedroom, because you get this private balcony with a huge patio door. You get all this living space and your own ensuite. Let me show you this washroom. It's the same finishes as downstairs, but because of how high the ceiling is, you get a really luxurious experience here. Look how high this ceiling is in the shower. I love that no space is wasted with this little nook here, because you could put a laundry basket in there, you can put more towels there. There's just a lot of utility that was maximized. And this is the primary bedroom. It's a lot bigger than the bedrooms you would see in a condo these days. I wish there was more furniture here, but you have to trust me when I say this is easily enough space for a king bed, nightstands on both ends. There are a lot of layout options here. If you remember, I said the basement was the perfect nanny suite. It's because it's completely separate. Its entrance is around the side. I'm going to show you now. And this is it. This is the completely separate nanny suite, guest suite, whatever you want. I know we're in the basement, but look how big the windows are because of how deep the window wells are. There's a completely separate kitchen down here. And again, because of the very intentional appliance decisions, there's a drop-in electric stovetop here. And this is the furnace room. This is the guts of the whole garden suite. You'll notice, to save space, we have tankless hot water, we have the furnace, and we have a sump pump in the corner which collects all the water to keep the basement nice and dry. This basement is about 650 square feet, so we still get 2 full bedrooms down here, which are very generously sized. There's no furniture to show you scale, but you have to believe me when I tell you this easily accommodates a queen and a desk. This is the other bedroom, again with very, very generous windows. The window wells are so deep in this garden suite. I ended here in the bathroom, but you still get a full 4-piece bath down here in the basement with the same finishings as the other 2 bathrooms. Very, very spacious. These garden suites are so new in this city that I'm sure 99% of the population have never been in one. So if you like what you saw, get in touch with the builder. It was designed by Milman Design Builds and constructed by the same team. Their contact details are in my descriptions below. And if you like this video, subscribe. I might do more of these in the future.